Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 67 and today we are starting things off in the Team Star headquarters after the previous episode's ridiculous battle. I mean, how crazy was that? Honestly, it completely blows my mind how much time and effort has been put in to these bases and how much time and effort has been put into the weaponry and just how ridiculous that was, considering this is a survival server. This is a survival multiplayer server. All of this stuff has been constructed by hand. Everything has had to be gathered, and there were fire charges flying everywhere. We've got gas set up in cannon formations. We've got creepers that are coming in from the sky. We had zombies pouring out of the ground. I mean, all of that stuff was done by all of the hermits, and it was such an incredible spectacle. I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed with what we've managed to pull off. But with that being said, we have had a fairly heavy Civil War focus in the previous few episodes of Hermitcraft, and I thought it'd be good to kind of go back to the basics a little bit and continue working on some of the projects that we have going on in this area over here. What on earth am I meant to do with all these heads? I mean, seriously, should I donate them somewhere? I don't know, I've even got my own head. Should I take this store down? I feel like I should probably take this store down. This does mean that I'm now going to have pretty much an infinite supply of firework rockets, or at least a supply for like 3 or 4 episodes with the amount that I'm flying. Anyway, that's all gone, so now it's time to work on this area here. Now, we started work on this, I think about 2 weeks ago now, so we've got our villager breeder in place, and we also have our villager trading hall in place, but there's a bunch of things that I still want to do. The first thing that we have to do is we actually have to kind of build up these areas. So this is going to be its own building, and then I think this is going to be its own separate building as well. And to do that, we need some stone. So in today's super fast time-lapse chat, I want to talk to you very quickly about the Civil War, because the response to the Civil War and everything has been fantastic. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone for the hugely positive response. It's been awesome reading through your comments. However, there is a very small minority of comments from people who are taking the entire situation a little bit too seriously. I think it's fairly obvious that none of us hermits actually hate one another. We're not actually in opposing teams in terms of I'm still speaking with everyone who's on Team G, and they're all speaking to everyone on Team Star. This is just a bunch of fun, okay? We're just goofing around, we're all still friends, and I just want to say to the people who are taking it a little bit too seriously, calm down a little bit and just enjoy it. This is a real spectacle. It's something that Hermitcraft has never done before, and it looks amazing. And about 45 minutes later, we have got this massive chunk of area underneath the ocean just completely wiped out. I've managed to get myself 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, nearly 5 full shulker boxes of smooth stone, so that's going to be more than enough, hopefully, for the near future. Now I actually need to work out what I'm going to do with all this stone. I mean, I hadn't really planned that far ahead. Right, so this is the start. We have stone bricks wrapping all the way around, and this kind of earmarks where the building is going to be. It's not going to be a very big building. We're just going to get things started with a nice simple tall one. But remember, instead of the focus being on white in this area, we're actually going to focus on cyan terracotta, and then it's going to have the details in white. So it's going to be the reverse of what we have going on over here. I'm really struggling with what to do with this build. I thought it would be a good idea to have a layer of cyan terracotta, but I don't actually think that works. So I think I'm actually going to build up the stone bricks around the bottom and then make this the new base, so it goes up from this level. I've kind of come up with an idea, but I haven't had a good chance to look at it yet. But I think, in theory, it should be quite nice. If we just spin around here, yeah, that looks pretty cool. It looks a lot more kind of dark and I guess more evil, I suppose, which is kind of what we're going for. I don't know why, but I keep referring to this as being the evil island, so it looking a little bit more sinister is actually, I would consider it to be a good thing, because that means that we're sort of hitting the style that we're going for here. So we've got that section, then I guess for the top we'll just mirror it, so we'll flip this upside down, and then that will go around the top there. And then for the roof, I actually don't really know what to do, because all of these doors here, they actually have to have sky access, otherwise this isn't considered a village anymore, and it's not going to be producing any more villagers, which is yeah, that kind of defeats the object of what we have going on here. Now, I've got to say, with this one coming together, it's making me more nervous for this build, as I do not have the foggiest idea what I'm going to do with that. I mean, seriously, like, I don't even have any ideas going through my head. I had none for this one, but this is small. This is much, much bigger. Anyway, I hope that this solution right here is good enough. Obviously, we've got glass on top of the doors, so I imagine that means that we still have sky access if I have another layer of glass. Then up at the top here, we just have a few little light sources, nothing too crazy. I'm just hoping that this looks all good. Where should we look at it from? Probably not the bottom of the ocean. This right here is going to be my viewing station, and there it is. That's quite a cool little, that's actually quite a cool little build. Yeah, it will look cool. I don't know about those. It kind of looks like it's got a weird haircut. I think I might get rid of those and do something slightly different with the lighting so that that looks a tiny bit better. But no, I'm really happy with that. Turns out I didn't actually lose my diamond leggings at all. Well, I lost them, but I lost them in my chest. I thought I died with them. So there you go, my trousers are back on. The mystery has been solved. Although I did quietly enjoy my 5 episodes of trouserlessness. Anyway, it's time to take a quick break from the building stuff because there's something that I need to do. And it involves having to wear these. Hang on, you can't really see them. It involves having to wear these. Now, where on earth is False Symmetry's fish shop? Okay, that has made life easier. No, this doesn't seem like False's fish shop at all. Where is that? 10 minutes later, I can't believe this. You must have been laughing because it seemed like I was going to go in here. It seemed like I was saying that this was the obvious one, but then I turned to look in this direction. Anyway, we found False's fish shop. Now I have to look under the cod. I must admit, I don't know where to look here. Is it down here? Right, so if I break this block... No. I mean, do I climb in? I can actually get in here? Oh! Hit button behind castle number 2. My instructions are imprinted on the fish. So where's the castle number 2? Alright, it could be one of these. No. Oh, there it is. That's so cool. That is so cool. Anyway, right, orders. Create a weapon for Team Star, but rig it to blow up when one of them uses it, and blame someone on the G team if they ask. Right. Well, I have an idea for something that we can do that hopefully should be quite effective. So this is the first one, and it will function, it will act as a weapon, and it will do a pretty good job at causing some damage. I actually think that that will explode a little bit of that garden there, to be honest with you. I don't know what the range is. I think there's a high likelihood that it will actually end up in the water, which means that if a player is there, a well-timed TNT shoot could be pretty cool. I'm going to build a couple more of them throughout the battlefield. And of course, you know, don't tell anyone on Team Star this, but they are going to be slightly rigged. A little bit rigged. They're going to... You know, they're not going to be great for the Team Star player either. And now we have 3 of them. So there's one there, there's one right there, and then there's the original one right here. All of them are fully locked and loaded. They're all completely loaded up with TNT. I do think that we should put some signs on them, though. In fact, okay, yeah, I've come up with an idea of a way to pass the blame. Team Star Cannon. This has not been rigged by G Team. Now, this sign is brilliant, in my opinion, because... it kind of passes the blame onto the G team without meaning to pass the blame onto the G team. I mean, it says that it hasn't been rigged by G team, but also it's telling the truth because I'm kind of not a member of G team. Anyway, I now need some way to get the message back to Grian that I've actually completed my mission, and I've come up with a ridiculous idea. It's it's totally ridiculous, but I would be upset if we didn't do this at least once while I'm being a super secret agent. Right, let's try this out. So if I throw an item in here... Oh, no. Does it need to be a longer... needs to be even longer than that. Oh, this actually could be a bit of an issue. It is time to craft some serious repeaters here. We're gonna need a lot of them. What? Even this? How long does the pulse need to be? I mean, really? Okay, so if we add, let's say, a couple ticks to that. Oh, I don't know if this is possible with a beacon. It seemed so cool with a beacon. But I think that I don't think the beacon's quite going to work. However, we can do something. I just thought I'd try it. It's even worse with a block. How weird. Sometimes it doesn't block it off, sometimes it does. That's bizarre. Anyway, in case it wasn't obvious, what I really want to do is create a Morse code signal to Grian saying done. So the mission is completed, it is done, and I'm going to do it using a redstone lamp in the mountainside here. So he'll have to come over and he'll see this redstone lamp doing dash, dot, dot, dash, 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 dot, dot. That spells out done, at least according to the internet. I hope that this should be the correct timings. And actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh my word. That is spectacular. Okay, so we don't have to do any further adjustments to the timings in theory. Now, the way that we're doing all of the timings is by using this hopper line right here, and hopefully we should be able to read this thing. Okay, so here goes. I'm just going to read it out, and then I'm going to watch it back, and I'm going to compare it. So that is dash, dot, dot, dash, 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 dot, dot. And what we should have got is dash, dot, dot, dash, 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 dot, dot. I think we might have done it. I mean, we can do it again. So dash, dot, dot, dash, 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 dot, dot. There we go. So that is Morse coding done. Fantastic. Now, I have cleaned up the redstone a little bit, so now we have slightly longer breaks between the words and also longer breaks between the dashes and dots, so it now should be a clearer message. But that is everything covered up. I have sent a message to Grian on Discord, letting him know that he should fly right up to the redstone lamp, because otherwise the lag and distance from the redstone will start messing with the redstone lamp updating. So hopefully he should be able to decipher it and get all of that worked out. That's so cool. Oh, I never actually fixed this building. Right, give me a second. And hey, I gotta say, this is a pretty elegant solution. Okay, yeah, you know what? That's even annoying me a little bit. Right, let's fix this up. So that needs to point in this direction, and then all is good in the world. And everything is nice and bright. Yep, not going to get any mobs spawn in there. Anyway, this build is now fully completed. It's all done. Not going to be touching that anymore. This is the next one that's on the cards. And yeah, as I mentioned earlier on in the episode, it's a bit of a tricky one because, well, it's a big thing. I think I've come up with an idea that is pretty sweet. It's just whether or not that idea will actually look cool. That's the question. And I mean, I suppose that's the problem with all of these builds. Right, let's see how this kind of basic structure looks. It's actually fairly similar to something that we have going on over there. And yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. I don't know if that's because it's literally just stopped raining as I did that, and everything just looks better when it's not raining. But no, this seems like a pretty good basis to start from. So I guess this then needs to be expanded. All of these gaps right here, these are all going to be glass. And then, yeah, it's mainly going to be a grey terracotta build. Right, I thought it would be a good idea to kind of just bump it up so that we could get a full idea of the scale of this thing. First off, looks cool next to this, and we're getting the impression that this is actually a darker side of the island as opposed to the builds that we have going on over here. So that's all good. The only slight issue is that it's not quite tall enough, but then if we go above, it'll be way too tall. Question is, do we just keep going and make it way too tall because it will look good, or do we do something different? I guess what I'll do is I'll build all of the other segments and then we can get onto that one. I wish that we could do this. That would make life so much better. I've got loads of brown concrete and I can't see myself using any of it ever. I mean, what am I going to use that for? Seriously. I know for a fact that if I do find a use for it later on in the season, someone is going to take this clip and they're just going to laugh at me. But I guess until we get that feature, I'm going to be here at my tree with my knees deep in the water. Now I'm curious, does this place, it's got to sell cyan, surely? Yes, okay, there is a chest out the back. 2 diamonds per stack. That is actually hopefully really going to help us, because this means that I can kind of replenish if we run out of just the smallest amount. Actually, forget buying pre-made cyan. I've got loads of cyan dye. It's just the terracotta that I need, and we can buy that from the center for 1 diamond a stack. Right, I have just about reached the top, I believe. I think that is the final quarter all done. And yeah, this is the height that we're sitting at. So we are 3 blocks under height, but also remember our our villagers kind of get launched upwards. That's why I'm sort of wondering whether or not we actually want a roof on this thing. Anyway, regardless, I am curious to see what this looks like now that it's a completed tower. And the answer is pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. That was not a good fall. My elytra did not activate then. But no, these two look great together. They look seriously awesome, and if we build up some area here, I don't know what we'll add yet, but we need to build up something. This is actually going to be quite a nice looking little island. I think this idea actually is pretty cool and looks really nice, because this is actually central. It seems like it's kind of part of the base area. I mean, look, we've got, yeah, that's 3 blocks, 3 blocks. This is all lined up quite nicely. And it all ends up actually looking like one coherent build, as if we've kind of designed the entire structure around that. That wasn't intentional, but that looks really good. Way better than I was expecting it to. Nice. Okay, we've actually managed to completely nail something by accident there. That's always a good feeling. So now we just need to do the glass, and could have been worse, could have been worse. Okay, we've got 4 and a bit stacks. We might actually need to buy... Oh no, we've got loads of sand. What am I talking about? This does look pretty cool with the dark glass in. So we've got dark glass in the middle, and then we're going to have dark glass in all of these gaps right here. And I have to say, yeah, it suits the build. That looks... I kind of actually prefer it to all the white glass that we have going on over here. I hope I don't prefer this building style to what we have there, because that would be really, really upsetting. Whoa. Well, we now have glass panes for the rest of the Hermitcraft season, at least I hope. I think the front half is now all fully filled in with the glass panes. We still have... Actually, we've used up way more than I was expecting. We might actually end up using all of these glass panes, which would be hilarious. But I'm just making my way around the backside, doing all of these sections, and then also filling in all of these in the middle bits too. There we go, all done, and we are left with just 6 stacks. So yeah, we used a surprisingly large amount there. I'm very glad that I didn't go out squid hunting to get all of that and instead bought it in the shopping district. Made my life considerably easier. Anyway, this is the build in all of its glory, and looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. This island is going to be interesting. I'm interested to see what we do with it, because of course there's still plenty of details to add. We still have to do a lot of the, well, not necessarily terraforming, but adding in of the trees around this area and basically building this thing up. But it is definitely showing some promise. This is a really, really solid start. Anyway, Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I am completely out of time. I'm actually releasing this episode in around about 2 hours and 20 minutes, so I am at the limit of what I can do for today's episode because I've got to get everything edited, rendered, and uploaded. So if it's late, then I do apologise for that. But anyway, I really do hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later. Oh, and filming channel stuff, you know what to do. Link will be on the end screen.